Supreme Court judgment. Clemency powers are subject to judicial review in a limited manner, because courts can check whether the process is fair, transparent or not. Because in our country we have seen misuse of this provision also, like Perarivalan case. You know Perarivalan? A.G. Perarivalan, no? Rajiv Gandhi assassination. He was the person who purchased batteries for the bomb blast. Okay, he was a 19-year-old kid, purchased the batteries, he was given death sentence. Of course, the DMK was really hell-bent on giving him clemency. You know, the reason, Tamil votes. They were so eager, we don't know, maybe the DMK was genuinely feeling sorry for that situation. So, in that case, there's a lot of issue between the Tamil Nadu government and the governor of Tamil Nadu. So, sometimes, see, the point is that clemency is a very important provision. It should not be used on useless grounds. Like we had an issue of Bilkis Bano case. Remember Bilkis Bano case? The 7 convicts were given remission, and when they came out, they were garlanded also by the local party members of some party. Why should we make any statement on any party? So, these are genuine concerns. Anyway, the Supreme Court has sent them back to jail. Now, one more thing. If there is too much of delay in deciding on the petition, mercy petition, the court can show commutation. Okay. Third one, the process of deciding mercy petitions has to be fair and transparent. And clemency is not a discretionary power of President. Who uses this power? Council of Ministers. It is actually Home Ministry's power. Don't think that the President is going to forgive you. What can the President do? Nothing. Rubber stamp. So, it is actually done on the advice of Council of Ministers. Are we clear? Okay. In Shatrughan Chauhan case, we have proper judgment which talks about the same thing, that whenever the prisoner, the convict, tries to file a mercy petition, the state, prisons are stateless subjects. So, prisons are controlled by state governments. You are in the prison, you have to send your letter to the state government. State government should forward that to the Home Ministry within 14 days. Then, central government should also respond promptly. Don't cause too much of delay. And if you reject the mercy petition, you have to give the convict 14 days notice that we are now going to punish you. The time of death has come. So please make amends with life. Say sorry to God. What do you want to eat? Maggie or something? Let us know. And then we are going to kill you. Meet your family if you want to. 14 days of time is given. We can't reject the mercy petition today and kill him tomorrow. That sorry, come. Where? Petition rejected. We are killing you now. Give 14 days of time. Then all those people who are waiting for the death sentence, you have to conduct regular medical examination. Because if they turn insane, we can't kill them. Okay? We have to firstly send them to a mental health care hospital. And then we have to improve them. Once they improve, then we'll kill them. No. Punishment has to be executed, right? Okay. Solitary confinement is not allowed. You can't. What is solitary confinement? Keeping them separately, away from the barracks and the regular prisoners. That is not allowed for people who are awaiting mercy petition, who are on death row. If somebody was given death sentence and they have filed for a mercy petition, in that time period, you can't keep them separately. Because they are nervous. What will happen to their petition? If they are alone, they feel alone, they might be overthinking, causing mental trauma, etc. So we can't. We have to keep them with the other prisoners so that they are entertained for the duration. And provision of adequate legal aid. So all the death row convicts should be given proper legal aid to apply for clemency. Clear? That is why in the Nirbhaya case, the convicts kept on applying for clemency. Sometimes to governor, sometimes to president, sometimes to state government, sometimes to central government. So give them ample opportunities to apply so that punishment can be delayed, causing trauma to the victim's family. Okay? No, that is not the purpose. Everybody has human rights. That's the logic. Veto powers. 4 types of veto powers, 3 of which are in India. Which ones? Absolute, suspensive and pocket. What is meant by absolute? When the president rejects the bill. When he receives the bill, he throws it in a dustbin out of anger. But on the advice of Council of Ministers, not on his own. Then suspensive veto. He feels that there is some change required in the bill, tries to give suggestions, useless interference. If the parliament passes the bill again, then he has to sign, no option. Pocket veto. When the bill comes to president, the constitution does not fix any kind of time frame. So actually there is nothing called pocket veto. It is just that till the president does not sign the bill, he is using pocket veto. So there is no time frame. The president can sign the bill in 1 day, 10 days, 100 days, never. All vetoes have been used at some point of time in the country. Clear? USA has something called a qualified veto, just like suspensive veto, with a small difference. In the suspensive veto, what happens is, when the president sends back the bill, the parliament passes again with the same simple majority. The president has to sign. Are we all clear on this? But in USA, when the president sends it back, the US Congress has to pass the bill with a higher majority, 2/3 majority. Only then is the president forced to sign. So here, when we say ordinary majority, it is what? Simple majority. And here, higher majority means what? 2/3 majority. That's the only point of difference. Can we proceed now? Any doubt? No doubt? Okay. Then discretionary powers of president. These are provisions that the president uses at his or her own discretion. No binding advice of Council of Ministers. In rare circumstances, this fellow gets some power, brings a smile on their face. So, if no party has majority, what kind of situation is this? When no party gets majority? Hung legislature or hung parliament, right? No party gets absolute majority. Then, or no coalition gets absolute majority. That is called a hung legislature. In that situation, the president can appoint any person as prime minister and ask them to prove their majority. How are these members proving their majority? What is that term called? Floor test, confidence motion, trust vote, all these terms. Okay. If the Council of Ministers lose the majority, then you dismiss the Council of Ministers. When no party can form the government, then you can also dissolve the what? Lok Sabha. Otherwise, the president cannot dissolve Lok Sabha on their own. Then returning advice under Article 74, once it is possible. Seeking information under Article 78, yes? What is Article 78? Please tell me. Please don't use Article 19 right now. Answer. Right of silence. Use this in your UPSC interview, okay? Article 78, say something please. I have high hopes from you. Very good. It is a duty of the PM to furnish information to the president on bills, proposals, policies, etc. And the president can demand such information also. Any president is sitting in the big house, bungalow, getting bored. So they can demand for information. And the PM has to furnish information. Are you clear? One more thing. Please understand, the president is not bound by the advice of a single minister. He is bound by the advice of entire council. And lastly, suspensive and pocket veto. Done? Great. Now, a very powerful person called Vice President. Manner of election, everything is the same. Election is indirect PR by means of single transferable vote. Then what else? No EVM, no nota, no whip. Then no vote value. Article 71 applies to them also. Yes? Please tell me what is Article 71? Election disputes. Who resolves the disputes? Supreme Court. Great. So, here either the candidate or electors. Who are electors here? Electoral college consists of all the MPs, elected MPs, nominated MPs, Rajya Sabha MPs, Lok Sabha MPs, private members, ministers. Who are private members? Non-ministers. Simple. Okay. Qualification. Citizen of India, age 35, he or she should be eligible to be a member of Rajya Sabha. President should be eligible to be a member of Lok Sabha. That's the point of difference. And they should not hold any office of profit. Are you clear? Okay. Then they take an oath under Article 69, useless oath. I mean, not really important. Very bare and bland kind of oath. And the oath is administered by President. If President is busy, then any random person. No. Some person appointed, of course. In reality, the President will appoint the CJI, but they can call us also to administer oath. It is possible. Removal. Remember the article, very important. Can you please tell me the article? Okay, very good. What is the ground for removal? Ground. Ground means reason. What is the ground? Violation of is not the ground. Okay. Don't create your own grounds. This is the ground. Not mentioned in Constitution. Resolution for removal can be initiated in which house? Only in Rajya Sabha. Of course, we have to give 14 days prior notice. You know very well, you can't surprise these people. Then, voting takes place in Rajya Sabha. What majority? Effective majority. What is this called? All the then members. Don't create your own president and voting. Effective majority means more than 50% of all the then members. Okay, we'll discuss what this means under Parliament, don't worry. Then it is sent to Lok Sabha, where it is removed, he is removed through a simple majority. This is called present and voting. Simple majority in the Lok Sabha, effective in the Rajya Sabha. Please remember it. Two different types of majorities are being required here. Can anybody tell me what is meant by effective majority? Any aspirant here wants to contribute? I see all the means. Okay, very good. So we have total strength minus vacant seats is called effective strength. More than 50% of effective strength is effective majority. Okay. So that's there. Then powers and functions. Only two powers. Number one, as by virtue of being the vice president, they become the chairpersons of Rajya Sabha. And when the president is not there, they can act as a president for how many months? 6 months. That's it. Only 2 functions. Life is simple for them. Then, Council of Ministers. Who appoints the PM? Who appoints the other ministers? On whose advice? Okay. The PM or the ministers, they will belong to which house? Any house. They have to be elected, or can they be nominated? Anything is okay as long as they are MPs. Okay. Please understand one more point. If a minister resigns, nobody gives a damn. There are other MPs waiting to jump onto his post. But if the PM resigns, then entire council must resign. And this is not optional. It is automatic. When the PM resigns, his entire gang has to resign together. Resignation is assumed. PM has full discretion on who he or she wants to recommend. This is not the power of president. President is just doing a formal appointment. That's it. Okay. Then you know very well that in our country we have this problem that ministers, everybody wants to be a minister ultimately. So the government said that, listen, let's do one thing. Let's put a cap at number of ministers. So in 2003, through the 91st Amendment Act, an upper limit was set that ministers, including PM, will not exceed what? 15% of total strength of Lok Sabha. Meaning the maximum number of ministers can only be 15% of what number? 543, around 81. That's it. We have to have less than how many ministers? 81 or less. We can't have more than that. This Amendment Act is important. UPSC is crazy about this. Okay, 91st Amendment Act. Then ministers shall hold office during the pleasure of the president. No, when I say important, you can just underline this point so that when you revise, if at all you revise ever, you know, revision. You go home and you read the topic again on your own, self-study kind of concept that you mention in your timetable. Self-study, 6 hours, right? Okay. Then collective responsibility. Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to whom? Lok Sabha. It is very important to note this, that it means executive is accountable to whom? Legislature. This is actually a feature of parliamentary form of government. Executive is accountable to legislature. Then oath. Ministers will take an oath. That oath is mentioned where? We saw oath, day 1. Which schedule? 3rd schedule. What is 2nd schedule? Salaries, 2nd schedule. Oath, 3rd schedule. Ministers take 2 oaths. Oath of office and oath of secrecy. Keeping all the information secret. Which information secret? Their corruption related information. No. Information which is strategic in nature. Otherwise, there is a law called Official Secrets Act. Under that law, they can be sent to jail also for a very small period of 3 to 14 years. Done. Then I think the 5th one, you know, you have seen the movie Nayak, One Day CM. Yes? That I don't know what is that movie called here. Sorry? Spelling. Okay, Vakadu. Correct pronunciation? Okay, Vakadu. Oh, great. Yeah. Arjun was the actor. Okay, slowly, by the end of this year, target is to learn to speak 5-6 Telugu words at least. So, a minister who for any period of 6 consecutive months is not a member shall cease to be a member. So the point is that anybody can be a minister without being an MP, but for maximum 6 months. And this provision cannot be used for reappointment, not allowed. 5 months, 29 days, resign, take 1 day break, again be appointed, again 5 months, 29 days. This can't be done. Supreme Court judgment, because these things have been tried in the past by our useless fellows, politicians. They try all these things. Okay, in Punjab it was tried, and Supreme Court had to say that nonsense. It's a one-time thing only. You can't keep on doing this nonsense. Okay. Then salaries, allowances of ministers. Who decides that? Parliament by law will decide. That's it. This fifth point, minister must be an MP. Minister must be an MP. Ultimately, you have to be an MP. This shows that executive is a part of legislature. It is a parliamentary feature. Only in parliamentary systems does this happen, that executive is a part of legislature. Which system is more stable in terms of democratic norms? What do you think? Parliamentary or presidential? Under which regime do you think democracy can fail more easily? Presidential. Why? Concentration of power, no check, no accountability mechanism, difficult to remove. In the parliamentary form, bring an NCM, remove the useless fellows, consistent accountability through question hour, 0 hour, all that nonsense, very difficult. That is why, in a parliamentary form, if the party gets too many seats, that can become a presidential system indirectly. Okay, if you get 400 seats, you have full control, no accountability. That is why if a party wins too many seats, that's not a good thing for democracy. Win just enough to maintain stability of government. Because when you win too many seats, you have concentration of power. Last time, BJP, 300 plus seats on their own, they were going crazy. This time, see, they're trying to appease everyone with 240 seats. Actually, it might be bad for a stable government, but it is good for democracy overall. That is why what you call as a hung parliament, in politics it is referred to as a balanced parliament. Why? Because every section of society is being represented. It's more balanced in nature. If a single party dominates, then there is a problem. Large sections of society which do not associate with that party are not getting represented. So hung legislature is good for democracy, bad for a stable government. Because if you have multiple parties, then we'll have to have coalitions, which can break also, creates a problem of instability, but good for democracy. Anyway, all that not required here. Now, cabinet committees, a topic from a UPSC never asks questions. Cabinet committees are mentioned in the transaction of business rules. I hope you are aware that the president can make rules. 2 rules are made by president. See, one important point is that we have something called Council of Ministers. Yes, there are 3 categories of Council of Ministers currently: Cabinet, MOS, Independent Charge, and third is MOS, Minister of State. No? These 3 categories, where is it mentioned? This is not mentioned in Constitution. Oh. Not mentioned in Constitution. Where is that mentioned? Government of India allocation of business rules 1961. For some people here, you have just finished these topics. Still no response. Others, I don't know you. So it's okay. But those who I know, please respond. It deeply pains, emotional trauma, sleepless nights. Okay, so allocation of business rules 1961. We have one more rule called transaction of business rules 1961. Here you have these cabinet committees mentioned. So this is very clear that CCs are not constitutional bodies. They are extra constitutional in nature. Why? Because they are made under the provisions of Article 77 Clause 3. Under this article, President makes rules. 2 rules have been made. Clear? Okay. Committees are of 2 types. Standing meaning members are always standing. Permanent. And number 2, temporary, ad hoc, like modern relationships. So, ad hoc committees. Okay. Now, name of committee, number of members, who is a chairperson, it all depends on the big boss, PM. Okay. We have 8 committees. Mug up these names and please follow that 2 committees are colored in blue. Not in your sheet, of course. That is black and white, sadly. Like a life of aspirant. No personal attack, please. Right now, your life should be black and white. If you have too many colors in life, you can't clear the exam. Okay. Though that's not true. You know, this few years back, one aspirant actually, once who cleared the exam, he, in his thanking speech, actually mentioned, I want to thank my parents, my girlfriend, you know. So I think he was an inspiration for all the nibbanibis or couples that, okay, this can be done. So, 2 important committees. CC on accommodation, chaired by Home Minister. CC on parliamentary affairs, chaired by Minister of Defense. All other committees are chaired by Prime Minister. This is the smallest committee, political affairs. This is the largest committee called Super Cabinet. Are we clear? Till 2019, we had only these 6 committees. These 2 have been established in 2019. The last 2 committees have been established in 2019. In fact, the last committee, CC on employment and skill development. Do one thing, just actually there is a small error. Cancel this last committee's name. Not cancel, write in bracket. I'll dictate, please write. CC on. So what had happened was that earlier this committee's name was employment and skill development, but recently the name has been modified actually. I could not make a change here. So please write below that. CC on skill, comma, employment. CC on skill, comma, employment and livelihood. That's the new name of this committee. This is the old name. Okay. What you have written is the new name. Should we proceed now? Done. Last is the government's lawyer who is fighting cases here and there. Article 76 provides for the post of Attorney General. He is the highest law officer. You know very well. Who are law officers? Tell me. We have three categories of law officers. Number one, Attorney General, the only law officer mentioned in the Constitution. Then we have Solicitor General. Who is the current Solicitor General? Tushar Mehta. And then we have additional SGs. How many? 4. 36 seats are there. But 14 are vacant. These done? Anyway, come to the Attorney General part. Who appoints them? Who removes them? President. Appointment by the President, removal by the President, tenure not mentioned, but as per the law officer rules, tenure is 3 years right now. Qualification, same as Supreme Court judge. Can you please tell me what is the qualification to be a Supreme Court judge? No. Something else, please. What is citizen and all? Citizen, human being. 5 years High Court judge. 10 years High Court judge. Somebody, 15 years? No? 5 or 10? Choose one, please. How many years of judge? 5 years or 10 years? 5 years, not 10 years. How many years of advocate? Okay. And any other criteria? Eminent jurist. Very important criteria. So far, how many people who were eminent jurists became judges? 0. No eminent jurist ever became a judge. Why? Supreme Court, who is a jurist? Yes, jurist means somebody who is champion at legal theorizing, expert in the field of law, like you are experts in law. Jurists. I'm addressing a crowd of jurists. So the problem with a jurist is that they might have knowledge of law, but the judges feel that they don't have knowledge of court proceedings. That is why so far not a single jurist has ever become a judge. Okay? Because jurists might perform their tasks properly and quickly. That could be a problem for judiciary. Judiciary wants slow, delayed situation. If you work fast, they get confused what is happening suddenly. Okay. Article 88 is important. This is UPSC's obsession and a favorite topic for question. Article 88 says that all the ministers and Attorney General are allowed to sit in any house, speak in any house, take part in any committee of any house, but are not allowed to vote in any house because voting comes from membership of the house. So please tell me, can Narendra Modi sit in the Rajya Sabha? Can he speak in the Rajya Sabha? Can he be in a committee of Rajya Sabha? Yes. Can he vote in the Rajya Sabha? Then where does he vote? Why? Oh, amazing, great. Attorney General, can he sit in the Rajya Sabha? Can he speak in the Lok Sabha? Can he be in a committee of Lok Sabha? Can he be in a joint committee of the Parliament? Yes. Can he vote in the Lok Sabha? Why? Because he votes only in the... Okay, good for you. He does not vote because he is not an MP. Okay, great. Difficult to trap you, okay. Other law officers. See, please understand, the SG and the ASG, they are not appointed by the President. They are appointed by central government. Tenure is 3 years. and they assist the AG in the fulfillment of his official responsibilities. Are we clear? Done. Start solving. Please. Time to impress others. Tell me. Order. Governor at number 4. Number 5. Former President. Number 6. Deputy PM. Number 7. CGI or Lok Sabha Speaker. Okay, very good. Right answer is C. Excellent verification from notes. Please. Something. Difficult question. I understand. What's the answer? B. Only 2. Which 2? 2 and 4. Okay. 2 and 4 are correct. Don't you think that God is watching all these things? Okay. At least you did not mark 1 as correct. Members nominated to either House of Parliament or the assemblies are also eligible to vote. Yes or no? Okay. 1 is wrong. Definitely. Higher the number of elective assembly seats, higher is the value of vote. Let's check the formula. Formula is what? Population upon seats. Forget into and all. This is a fraction. If the denominator is increasing, the fraction value or decreases. Okay, increases. Then how did you mark this as whatever you marked? If the denominator increases, then the fraction also increases. No, right? What happens? Decreases. What is mentioned here? Increases. How is it correct? Wrong. 1 by 2, 1 by 3. Which is larger? 1 by 2. Oh, great. Amazing. So second is wrong. Sadly. With a heavy heart, I have to say that small error happened. Okay, third one. See, third one is impossible to mark. Because right now you just checked. And then you could mark it. In the exam, it is not possible. And logic also says that the third one should be what? Correct only. But it is not correct. The value of vote of MLA of MP is greater than that of Kerala. Yes or no? Yes or no? Please check. Check. Feel free. And tell me, what is the difference? Kerala MLA's vote value is how much? 152. And for MP, 130. Is it correct then? Third one? Wrong. Fourth one is actually correct. value of vote of each MLA of Puducherry is higher than that of Arunachal, and they give logic also because the ratio of population in seats is higher. You can check actually. Population of Pondicherry and Arunachal are almost the same, but number of seats in Pondicherry are half that of Arunachal. Because of that, the vote value of Pondicherry MLAs becomes double that of Arunachal. CSAT. When CSAT faculty comes, make them suffer asking these questions. Please forgive me. This is actually correct. Now coming to a more logical point, forget all this. When you read this question in the exam, see, these two are something you can address very easily, right? So this is wrong and this is wrong. If 1 and 2 are wrong, then what options cannot be the answers? C and D. Okay. Now the point is that fourth one is actually correct. But forget that. That is not my concern. If you end up in this situation where you have to choose between two options, A and B, right? Now don't choose A. What is this astrology behavior? No, please. Don't base it on lucky number. You can actually. If this happens, always mark the answer. Always. Do a toss, call your God, whatever, mark the answer. Always. Because what happens is, you are going to get +2 for a correct answer and minus 1/3 of 2 for a wrong answer. Ultimately, if this happens 5 times, you will always end up in a positive. Clear? Why? Because let's assume that this happens 10 times to you, that you have found out 2 options and you have to choose 1. Now, basic math says that if it happens 10 times, you will pick the right one 5 times, wrong one 5 times. You will always end up in total in a positive. So when you can pinpoint to 2 options, always mark the answer as a rule. If your luck is very bad and you are useless completely, that you always pick up the wrong option only, then I can't help. Please talk to your astrologer first. But otherwise, mathematically speaking, this is the situation. And yes, the most important factor is that what you are eliminating should not be the correct answer. That's how it starts. Okay? Anyway, here the right answer is A, only 1. Now solve this challenging question. Which one? Oh, A, of course. The value of vote of each MLA varies from state to state. Yes or no? Of course, this is correct. The value of vote of MPs of Lok Sabha is more than the value of vote of MP of Rajya Sabha. Yes or no? No. For both of them, the value is same. That is, how much is that? 700. Answer is A. Solve this now. D. B for Bombay. The value of vote of an elected member of assembly equals state population upon number of elected MLAs. Yes or no? into 1000. So not 100, 1 is wrong. Second one, the value of, if 1 is wrong, those two are gone. Between these two only, you have to choose now. Elimination technique. The value of vote of an elected MP equals total value of votes of all MLAs upon number of elected MPs. Yes or no? This formula seems to be correct actually. So B only 2. There were more than 5,000 members in the latest election. That is not possible. We have around 4,133, something like this number of MLAs and 776 something, these many MPs. This is less than 5,000. But anyway, not required because you could simply eliminate it. Elimination technique. Okay. Answer please. CFI approval. Parliament of India. D. D or C? D. See, the point is that in the election of the president, we have MP, we have MLA. In the removal of the president, we have MP only, not MLA. So those people who take part in the election but not removal are MLAs. And those who take part in removal but not election are nominated MPs. Yes, here it is only elected MPs. Here it is all the MPs. So nominated MPs take part in the removal or impeachment but not election. Clear? The president shall make rules for the more convenient transaction of business. What is it called? Transaction of business rules. And for allocation amongst ministers or the said business. That is called allocation of business rules. So 1 is correct. Second one. All executive actions of the government of India shall be expressed to be taken in the name of the Prime Minister is wrong. It is the President. So A only 1. Last year's question. The exercise of this power of pardoning can be subjected to limited review. Yes? The president can exercise this power without the advice of central government. Yes or no? No, this is the power of Home Ministry, or as we say, the Council of Ministers. So 2 is wrong. Right answer is A, only 1. The resolution for removing the VP of India can be moved. Move means to begin. Which house? Rajya Sabha alone. The upper limit is set to how much for ministers? 15% of the total strength of parliament. Yes or no? No, only Lok Sabha. And that Amendment Act is 91st of the year 2003. In such questions, what do you do? What is the answer? C or D? Tell me then. D. This means you are saying A is false. The Council of Ministers in the Union of India is collectively responsible both to Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Only to Lok Sabha, not Rajya Sabha. Article 75, Clause 3. Executive is accountable to legislature. So A is wrong. If A is wrong, right answer is D. The members of both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha are eligible to be the ministers is correct. What's the answer? So when you are appointed the PM, you need not be an MP of any house, but must become an MP of which house? Not both, any house. Within how many months? Okay. First statement is correct. Why? Constitution does not classify these useless categories. Wrong. This one is correct. Which Amendment Act? Of the year 2003. So right answer is B. A mechanism of parliament. So, what is the principle underlying the cabinet form of government? A mechanism of parliamentary democracy for ensuring collective responsibility of the government to the people. Okay, that's the task of cabinet. D. Both are wrong. Attorney General of India and the SG of India are the only officers who are allowed to participate. Attorney General can participate, right? Which article is that? 88. Can he participate? They are not constitutional, so they can't participate. So one is wrong. According to the Constitution of India, the Attorney General submits resignation when the government which appointed him resigns. Is it mentioned anywhere? D. Which article can take part in proceedings of Lok Sabha? Yes. Member of committee? Speak? Vote? Okay, so answer is C. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, done. Next module. You have the printout? Okay, Parliament. Is there anyone who does not have the printout? Please go and take it. Don't feel shy. Oh. Others? Last chance. No, you can. Let these members come. They've gone to photocopy shop or what? Okay. Done? Okay, let's begin now. So, organization of Parliament. Firstly, Parliament means what? President, House of People and Council of States. Article 79. You can mention the article also. No harm will happen. Composition of Lok Sabha. See, I have mentioned lower house here, but I would request not in your mains answers, don't write Lok Sabha as lower house. In India, it is not a very apt term to use lower and upper houses. It works well in the UK, not in India. Okay. Now you can write Lok Sabha, no problem, but avoid using lower house for Lok Sabha. Now, as per the constitution, the maximum strength is 552. Permissible limit is 552. 530 from states, 20 from UTs, and 2 nominated. Who are these people? So these were the Anglo-Indians. Which body is meant for their issues and concerns? NCSC. Okay. But as per RPA, Schedule 1 of RPA 1950, this is the current total membership. 524 from states, 19 from UTs, total 543. Are you clear? Any problem? Oh, no problem. Great then. We'll proceed. Remember this 106th Amendment Act, latest, most recent. This is the reservation for women. Up to 1/3 seats in Lok Sabha and the assemblies, including Delhi, and separate laws made for Pondicherry will be reserved for women. But it is yet to be applied, sadly. Why? Because it will be come into effect after the census has been conducted, after this act was passed. So this act was passed in 2023. Census of 2021 will be released shortly, hopefully, and then we can implement this reservation. Till then, women, extremely sorry, you'll have to have some patience. And one more important point, we have reservation for SCs, for STs, for 10 years only. It is, if it is to be extended, it requires a constitutional amendment. To tide or to save themselves from that pressure, they have made a change here. They say the women's reservation is meant only for 15 years. If you want to extend it, which it will be in future, it can be done by Parliament by law. By law means simple majority is required to extend it. No complication, bringing a bill. Then the constitutional amendment bill can be brought by any MP in any house, or only Lok Sabha, any house, but only by ministers. Yes or no? Or yes, no, any MP, yes to everything. Then it is passed, and it is only issue is that joint sittings can be conducted, right? Or yes, no, no joint sitting is allowed. And when it is sent to the president, he cannot use what veto? Suspensive veto. He can use other 2 vetoes. Yes? No. It is obligatory to sign. What is this? Don't be trapped like this. Okay? So, which Amendment Act made it obligatory for the president to give assent? God is watching all this. 44th. Oh, create your own amendments. Why to follow the correct one when I can on the spot create my own amendments? 24th. Oh, thankfully, very good, sir. Amazing. 24th Amendment Act of 1971. Everywhere you have a doubt, throw 42nd or 44th. Okay, great. And there is rotation of seats. No, we'll don't complicate the matter here. Rotation of seats means, you keep on changing the reserved seat so that women in the entire country get a chance. Like in panchayats. You know what is rotation of seats? Reservation is rotated. Let's say there are 3 seats, A, B and C, 3 constituencies. If in 2029, this seat is reserved, other 2 are open. After 5 years, 2034, this becomes open to all, this becomes reserved. After 5 years in 2039, this becomes reserved. This is called reservation by rotation, so that women of all the areas get a chance. If you reserve only 1 seat, women here, they'll be suffering. Men here will be suffering. So all women will move here, all men will move there. Problem. Okay. Loneliness. So, now Council of States, Rajya Sabha, Upper House. Composition, representation of states, 238 and 12 nominated. This is again the what? Maximum permissible strength. But current total membership is how much? 245. 225 from states, 8 from UTs, but not all the UTs. Only 3 UTs. Which 3 UTs? And Jammu and Kashmir. 3 seats for Delhi, 1 for Puducherry and 4 for Jammu and Kashmir. If you add all these 3 numbers, you will get, very good, 8. So, elections are indirect. And who votes here? Huh? Why would MPs vote here? Which MP votes to choose Rajya Sabha MP? MLAs of states. Elected MLAs, you will have recently, in upcoming time, you will have elections in Rajya Sabha. I think 37 seats. 37 seats are up for election. So, MLAs of the states vote to choose the MPs of Rajya Sabha. That is why Rajya Sabha is called the representation of states, because state MLAs will vote. Elected MLAs will vote. Seats. How many seats are allocated to each state? Where is that mentioned? Schedule 4. Which state has highest seats? UP. How many? Telangana? 7. Okay, great. Now we also have nominated members. How many? Who nominates them? Which field? 4 fields. Underline them. Art, literature, science and social service, not social science, social service. This power actually belongs to Home Ministry. Home Ministry is the one which actually nominates, sends it to the President. President will be like a rubber stamp saying, okay boss, no problem, sign. You know how powerful he is, so she is, of course. Done? Let's proceed. Delimitation. You know delimitation? What is that? Delimitation means drawing and redrawing of boundaries. So, we have something called a delimitation commission set up after every census. 1951 census, the first one. 1961, the second one. 1971, the third one. Then we froze it because we are using the 71 population. We froze for how many years? 25 years. Then in 2001, the fourth one. But again we froze it for how many years? 25 years. So right now we have had till now how many commissions? 4 such commissions. Oh, for Assam also we have separate, but the major commissions have been only 4. Those are selective smaller bodies constituted. Clear? These commissions will comprise of 3 people: retired Supreme Court judge, Chief Election Commissioner and State Election Commissioner. For every state there is a person called SEC. This SEC is not a part of ECI. I hope you are aware. SEC, what is the task of SEC? Very good. Panchayat and municipalities elections. Okay, great. So, Delimitation Commission is actually an independent body whose orders cannot be challenged in any court of law. What they say is final. But in 2024, Supreme Court said that no, we can question their order also. Supreme Court interferes everywhere uselessly. No. Of course, it is important. Just right below that, since 2024, judicial review is available. Okay, it is available. Why? The court said that what if the order is unconstitutional, manifestly arbitrary? So you can actually file a petition against this order. And whatever orders they present, order meaning drawing of boundaries. So they have performed two functions. Number one, the boundaries of constituencies. That's the function they perform. Number two, SC/ST seats. Which seat belongs to SC? Which seat belongs to ST? Who decides this? This body only. And whatever order they present, they issue, it is tabled in the where? Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha. But sadly, these houses cannot make any changes in those orders. Clear? That is not up for modification. Or else gerrymandering happens. Proceed. What are we writing? Oh, this. Okay. Right. Okay. Writing speed is very slow. How will these soft hands work in the exam? 2 papers per day. 4,000 words in the morning, 4,000 in the afternoon, with minimal break in between. Okay, so please practice. Not right now, prelims. All of you are up for this year's prelims? Anybody for next year sitting here? No? Oh, great. So now membership of parliament, citizen, required. You have to take an oath also, which is mentioned where? Schedule 3. And age? For Lok Sabha, what is the age? 25 plus. For Rajya Sabha, what is the age? 30 plus. House of elders, elder people. Age for VP? Age for president? Age for governor? Not taught or not mentioned? Not taught, correct, but it is mentioned. Don't create your own scenarios. 35 only. Okay, and we'll come to that. Age for UPSC? Of course, 21. Disqualification for membership. If you are not a citizen, disqualified. If you have gone crazy, disqualified. Unsound mind means declared unsound by court. Court has to give a certificate. Not that neighbors call me crazy. Right? Otherwise, every MP is crazy to some extent. Undischarged, insolvent, Vijay Mallya type behavior, bankruptcy, and office of profit. Also, any law made by parliament. Parliament makes some law. A very good example is, tell me how our MP is disqualified, MLA is disqualified. Anti-defection. That is separately covered under clause 2. A law made by parliament. Example of a law which mentions disqualification of members. RPA, very good. RPA 50, 51. You are not taking RPA sincerely. UPSC's favorite topic is RPA, and especially 51. So once you clear the prelims, please study RPA 51 properly. Should we proceed now? Office of profit. You know very well that this word is not defined in the constitution. Like most things, our makers did not have time to define all this. Limited time, only 3 years to make the rule book. So they forgot to define. So when you forget to define, who defines things? Courts. Supreme Court's definition. Remember 5 terms. Appointment to the post, termination, salary, control over functions, and carrying functions for the government. That's it. Any post where the appointment is made by government, or the government can remove you, or the government pays salary, or you are performing functions on behalf of government, like government contractors, or the government gets to control your functions. What can you perform? What can you not do? Who decides? Government. All these things are a part of what? Office of Profit. Great. So, office of profit primarily means any position that brings to the office holder some benefit, gain, advantage from whom? From government, or benefit from state. Can an MP or an MLA run a shop? Can an MP, MLA run a shop? Yes, of course, private business is allowed. All I am saying is that if you get benefit from government, that is not acceptable. Why? Because your duty is to question the government, hold the government accountable. And what is your interest? Interest is money. If you are getting money from government, how will you question the government? Conflict of interest. That is why we have this provision across the globe. UK, USA, various countries have it. Okay. So, MP, MLA, MLC are barred from holding any office of profit under central or state government. Clear? But our politicians are very smart people. They said some exceptions have to be given to us. So, they made a law. This law contains exceptions only. Parliament Prevention of Disqualification Act. This act aims to prevent MPs from being disqualified. So, they say even if the MP is holding certain posts, he or she will still be eligible to contest elections. Are you clear? This means creating exceptions, exemptions. For example, if you are a chairperson of NCSC, you are still allowed to contest elections. If you are a chairperson of NCW, you are still allowed to contest elections. Various posts are there. It ensures that MPs don't face a conflict of interest between their duties as public representatives and any personal gains. So, they are allowed. MPs holding these offices will not be disqualified. Clear? There's a list of hundreds of posts mentioned there, where the government is paying salary, or maybe the government has appointed you, or maybe the government can remove you, but you are still allowed to become an MP, MLA, MLC. Are we clear? Any doubt? Okay. Article 103 says that if there is any dispute with respect to disqualification of MPs, who will decide? If any question arises as to whether an MP has been subject to disqualification, the question shall be referred to President. And look at this, his decision shall be final. President read this for the first time, was very happy, real power. Wait. Second clause, before giving any decision on any such question, the President shall obtain the opinion of Commission and shall act according to such opinion. This means the binding opinion of ECI. Back to the same sad face. No real power. Okay, this is a power of ECI, not President. Now, vacating of seats. How can seats become vacant? Of course, if an MP dies, seats become vacant. Or else, if a person is elected to two houses at the same time, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, he can choose only one. Yes or no? How will he sit in both the seats? In the morning, run to Lok Sabha, afternoon, run to Rajya Sabha. Not possible. So, choose one. If you don't choose one, your seat in Rajya Sabha becomes vacant. Second is, if you are already an MP of one house and become elected to the other house, then your seat in the first house becomes vacant and you are considered an MP of the second house. Okay. Then third one, if a person is elected to two seats in a house, same house, two seats, Rahul Gandhi this time, Raebareli and Wayanad. Both the seats. He made a fool of 2 constituencies completely. So what happened? He had to leave one. If you don't leave one or don't pick one, what happens? Both seats are gone. So please pick one. So this fellow picked which seat? Raebareli. If he picked up Raebareli, then what became vacant? Wayanad. So Wayanad became vacant. What happened there? By-election. And who won? Family. Priyanka Gandhi. Right? So that is how it is. Seat should remain with the family only. Then the 4th one. A person cannot be an MP or an MLA at the same time. You have to choose one. You can't be holding a post in UPSC and SPSC both. You can't be an SP also and DSP also. Won't work like this. Okay. So prefer being a what? SP or DSP? Depends on circumstance. If you are an SP in Tripura, nobody cares. Compared to a DSP in your own city, where you can beat all your past enemies, relatives. In Tripura, you are far off land, you are an SP, nobody cares about you. No, SP any day is better. Just to clarify, it takes a DSP 18 years to enter the IPS cadre. So you will be 18 years behind your other mates who are directly IPS officers. That is why state PCS officers can never become, forget DGP. They can't become ADG also. Best performers might reach IG level. Usually they end up being a DIG only. That is why state PCS officers are called perpetual vice president. Because they will always end up being junior to the direct recruit officers. Motivation to clear UPSC. Okay. So here also you have to choose one seat. If you don't choose any seat, then your seat in the parliament becomes vacant. And lastly, as a legislator, please don't be absent from 60 sittings continuously without informing the House. You can be absent, nobody cares about you. But please inform. Don't be missing. Okay. If you don't inform and are missing, you may be disqualified. When you come back, then you have to explain why you were missing, why could you not inform, you were kidnapped, in coma, whatever. So then if the speaker is okay with your useless responses, then you might not be disqualified also. Here 60 sittings does not mean recess period. Recess period is not counted. Clear? 60 sittings of the House. These 2 provisions are mentioned in the Constitution, Article 101. These 3 are mentioned in RPA 51, Section 68, Section 69, Section 70 of RPA 51. This much is not important, just show off. You follow. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's end our discussion here only. Tomorrow, we'll take up for discussion the remaining part of the chapter Parliament, if time allows us, states very quickly, and then beyond that, local self-government, then judiciary, and then some miscellaneous provisions. Clear? Okay. That's all for me. Jai Hind.